that keeps us from...
I think a lot of people, I think because of my nursing background, I have no shame in relation to that. Because we can't heal ourselves. But people are afraid, oh, means I'm mentally ill. Well, you know what? I thought I was losing my mind. I remember saying those very words. Am I losing my mind? My grief counselor said, no, you're very normal, but you just need some help, and we're going to help you through this. It's wonderful to have somebody take you by the hand and help you through the process. You know what? That's what this book is about. Is I want to take people by the hand and help them through their tough stuff.
And I love the chapters end with personal application,
yes,
exploration, and then a prayer.
Yes.
In each category, in
yes.
each chapter. What's the exploration?
The exploration. Maybe I'm going to back up just a little bit.
Sure.
There's the storyline, then there's the personal application, which applies the situation in that chapter to the reader and helps them understand it from their own perspective and how that particular topic might be impacting them. Then the exploration are questions that they can read through, they can write their answers to, or they can explore their own unique situation. And it helps them in a methodical, step-by-step process of dealing with their own issues.
It's like having your personal counselor right here. And, you know, it just makes sense that, I mean, I think I may have shared this example, because it always comes to mind when I talk with you, Annette, of a woman I visited in hospital who 10 years earlier had lost her beloved husband and didn't grieve, stuffed it away, stayed busy, and ultimately hit the wall, because that stuff's all alive and active down there.
Yes.
You know, as someone said, it's on artificial life support. We may not even be thinking the thoughts, the unresolved, the unfelt feelings, but they're there.
Yes. And sometimes they just, at the most unlikely moment, they just come out sideways. In a moment something triggers that feeling of anger or fear or the resentment or whatever other sub-emotions and feelings that we're experiencing. They come out sideways when we don't intend them to come out. And that's why stuffing them and ignoring them, they don't heal, they don't go away. They will reappear. And because people hang on to their wounds and their difficult experiences for such a long time, wounded, hurting people go on to hurt others.
Exactly.
Unintentionally, but it happens.
You shared the forgiveness of Christ with the murderer.
Yes.
How did he respond?
His eyes just softened. They got bigger and bigger, and I could see him leaning more and more forward to me. Like, can this possibly be true? He didn't speak, he didn't say anything, but I know that he was touched.
I'm sure you pray for Travis.
I do.
Tremendous. The mystery and the miracle. I mean, I'm looking at the miracle because you are. The mystery of forgiveness.
We don't really understand it, you know, and that's often why people don't forgive, is because they think that somehow if they forgive or let go of their pain, they think that they're condoning the wrong that was done. Or perhaps they're betraying. Was I betraying my brother by forgiving my brother's murderer? The mystery is, how does this come about? And how can we experience such freedom? You know, that's the mystery.
It's the opposite of a natural response.
That's right. And the mystery in my experience was I felt so free afterwards, but science has proven that when we forgive and let go, we are healed at the cellular level. It's mysterious how it happes, but it is miraculous.
It's just a reminder, you know, do what God says.
Yes.
It's always right.
Exactly.
Now, somebody said, if you can't forgive and forget, do one of the two.
You know, I will never forget how my brother died. I will never forget that his life was intentionally taken. but I've let go of the pain. And that's what I encourage your readers to do. When we forgive, we let go of the anger and the bitterness. When we forgive ourselves, we let go of the shame and the guilt. Doesn't mean that we will forget what happened, but we look at it and experience it in a different way. When I think about my brother's death, I think about it with sadness, but I don't think about it with anger. And that's what I'm hoping that your listeners will understand, that they can let go. Friends, let go, because you can experience freedom if you'll just let go of that pain, let go of the anger and the fear, let go of the shame and the guilt.
Annette, it's always inspiring to have you, and I hope many will be having you in person to flesh this out. I love what Les Hewitt said, a top performance business coach. In this masterpiece of personal growth and triumph, Annette Stanwick turns the aftermath of a tragic murder into a model for healing. You truly are an overcomer and an example of the truth that God doesn't waste our suffering.
Thank you, Moira. I'm so glad that my brother's death was not in vain. Each time I speak about forgiveness, it's in honor of my brother and how much I loved him, but it's in honor of God and how much he loves us, regardless of what we've done or where we've been.
Thank you so much for coming. I can't let you go without asking, are you still on that motorcycle?
Absolutely. In fact, I have a new Harley coming this week.
Oh boy. Okay, you just totally moved into Jim's court. I mean, it's a hog, and you have arrived.
Yes.
You be careful.
I will.
Well, this may have touched something very deep in you. You know, we all have the challenge of forgiving in our life. You just can't escape it. And maybe bitterness and unforgiveness is eating you up. Remember what Neil Anderson said. You are giving Satan the best opportunity to shipwreck your life. You need this freedom. It's something you do for you. It's not about the other person. It's about keeping yourself open to every good thing God has for you. His story for you isn't over, but you've got to deal with this one. And this book is a wonderful guide. Forgiveness, the Mystery and the Miracle. It's available everywhere, Annette.
And on my website, if they don't know where else to get it, it's on Amazon, on my website, in chapters.
Annette will walk with you. Guess what else? We will pray with you right now. If you would like, you know what, Annette? Would you just lead in a prayer for that person who's struggling right now?
Lord, I thank you that you see that individual that's sitting before this television right at this moment. You understand the pain in their heart, the struggle that they're going through. And I just pray that you will come into that heart, love that person, and give them the strength and the courage they need to face their issues, to feel the pain, and to make positive choices that they might let go. Let go of the pain and the wounds, the sorrow, the shame, the guilt. Let go of it so that they can experience freedom and joy and peace in spite of the fact that they've been hurt or that they've caused the hurt. Thank you for your unconditional gift of love, acceptance, and forgiveness that's meant for every person on this planet. In your precious name I pray. Amen.
Our prayer lines are available